Esteemed guests, first of all, I wish to extend my gratitude to the organizers for this opportunity to address you today and my welcome to all of you in my home country, Malta. It is truly a pleasure to see a reputable association such as EU CAMS, which always strived to provide a European voice on key policy issues, discussing the concept of circular economy in pharmaceuticals. Until today, this is still quite a new environmental and economic concept. But up to a few years ago, this was discussed only occasionally, and today it is slowly becoming the order of the day. But times do change, even though sometimes they change slowly. Today, more policymakers, more businesses, and more people are starting to recognize the importance of adopting a circular model, which prioritizes resource efficiency over waste. Europe is gradually moving to the forefront on these policies. Some skepticism may still persist, but let's not forget that our continent has been relying on imported raw materials much more than any other region in the world. We simply cannot afford anymore the linear model of buy, consume, dispose. Instead, we need to keep the added value in our products as long as possible, and we need to aim for sustainability in all our economic activities. Your industry and our Europe both need to be sustainable. And there is only one model that can lead us there, the circular economy model. Frankly, as the Socialists and Democrats coordinator on environmental policy, I'm striving and working hard for a Europe that moves towards the circular model, bearing in mind also the huge positive impact such a transition will have on our environment, our resources, and our economy. This doesn't mean that such a philosophy will conflict with the priorities of your industry. Indeed, I believe it would be a costly mistake if the circular economy model was looked at from an environmental perspective alone. There is a lot more for everyone. This is our opportunity to invest more, to innovate, to create jobs, and ultimately to reap the financial benefits. In Parliament, we approved the legislative packages that can take us there. Now we need to have these legislative packages agreed with the Member States and ultimately implemented. However, this is not only a question of legislation and regulation alone. This is a question of changing the way we think, plan better, innovate, and design better. I deem this to be beneficial to all industry, including the pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical industry is not explicitly mentioned in the waste package that was voted upon in one of our recent plenary sessions of the European Parliament. Yet there are various aspects of the new waste legislation that are relevant for your industry. I can mention the aspect of packaging processes or the treatment of hazardous waste, even though these are not specifically entitled to deal only with the pharmaceutical industry. I wanted to share with you a story of success within the pharma industry, which is directly linked to the circular economy. I'm referring to the case of AstraZeneca, the British-Swedish multinational pharmaceutical company, which in 2012 undertook an investment of 4.7 million sterling for a new major facility. That would recover solvents used in one of the production processes. Within a period of 3 years, it saved 480,000 litres of this hazardous waste, generated savings of £500,000, reduced its hazardous waste generation by 3.5% and lessened production costs by 4.5%. One must also mention that the investment significantly reduced road haulage for the transport of virgin and waste solvents, generated significant CO2 benefits, and the overall payback of the original capital investment is expected by 2019. This perfectly embodies the mutual benefits that a circular economy can offer to the pharmaceutical industry and the environment, which was the subject of my intervention today. I wanted to mention this case as it is a perfect example of how industries can minimize hazardous waste, reap financial advantages, and contribute significantly to the improvement of our environment. Ultimately, I strongly believe that we need to see the opportunity in each challenge. We clearly require a sustainable system where the waste of one simply becomes the resource of another. And we need innovative ideas. History always showed us that the pharmaceutical industry is essentially defined by innovation. It deals with new knowledge all the time, invents new medicines regularly, and is considered at the forefront of scientific research. I'm confident that with the right enthusiasm, willingness, and determination, this industry can also be at the forefront of the transition towards a circular economy for the benefit of all its consumers. Thank you, and I wish you a fruitful event.